Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State. In the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
Another tremendous year in 2020 where he led the NFL with 4,823 passing yards. And remember, that was in the year after DeAndre Hopkins was traded to Arizona. Also had 33 touchdown passes against only 7 interceptions. A dynamic performer.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks, 48 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm just learning how to spell analytics, and I need to get that down because it's going to be a huge part of the NFL game going forward. I think that was the call there, trying to go for 2 after that touchdown.
Yeah, opening drive, you not only do you get the 6, but fully seize momentum with the 8, and unfortunately they couldn't do it.
I think they were trying to gain that huge advantage, not just on the scoreboard, but mentally. I just wonder if that backfires a little when they stop you.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And right away he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Just an unbelievable start. Less than a minute in, they're already up 2 touchdowns.
You talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute. your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah.
Wow, you're quick.
At least I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, get a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Prescott from the gun. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and the Texans scoop it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans push further out in front. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So this time the conversion is good after a pair of failed 2-point tries. Charles, they're 1 for 3 now.
And you would figure with 3 touchdowns scored, your minimum number of points would be 21, right? 3 extra points. And as you noted, they went for 2 twice, didn't get it. Went here again. This reminds me of something a coach told me a while ago. They have more 2-point plays on their ready sheet nowadays than ever before. It used to be like 1 or 2. Now
a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. Well, now how about this return? And a great return up past the 40. But this one may not stand. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And they'll get this down to the 10. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll give to Elliott running left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Prescott now. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Then he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch,
touchdown, Houston. A big play there. Doing touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Taylor going to throw, and he's got it. So the try for two successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Oh, Prescott stripped. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive pressure.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Texans open the lead up to 34-0. So now the Texans will go for the two-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is Tony Pollard. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Texans add on.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Cowboys claw one back. Zerline good with a PAT. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Texans continue to pour it on. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Texans scoop it. It's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not as... And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Texans add on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Pollard. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And that pass puts him up over 200 yards already here in the first.
And what it also does is it allows the offensive coordinator to be not selective anymore, but a little looser, right? You're feeling good about things. Accurate, balls being completed, yardage is being gained. Go ahead and keep taking shots. The whole team has confidence now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This is caught. Touchdown! From 17 yards out, and the Texans continue to pour it on.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
To throw again is Taylor. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play here for Dallas.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. To the air again, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A huge play there for Houston. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Texans add on.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Pollard. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Elliott going to get it again on second down. Well, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician mark.
Touchdown, Texans! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now Pollard. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you?
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there.
Touchdown! A great play there. Finding the end zone yet again. And the Texans add on.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Now Taylor. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Now Pollard. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. The 30. And down to the 15. 63 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The give is to Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And his throw here is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans continue to pour it on. From the gun, it's Taylor. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
They'll start by running the option to the right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there on the option.
So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down. Before the big hit occurs.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Partner, that was a lovely corner route and a lovelier pass.
Put it right there in the breadbasket, didn't he?
Just dropped it right in there.
On 1st down, Watson. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he's taken down inside the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Watson. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Randy Gregory. He's the one credited for the sack there, but certainly no credit given offensively. That play, well, it defies logic. Now this throw caught left side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and forever. Trying to improvise. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Randy Gregory, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, it might be fortunate for him that he got tackled, because otherwise he might have run all the way through the tunnel and even into the parking lot.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his 1st. And it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. There's the stiff arm. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off.
Well, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this 1st half.
And the Texans are able to add on to their 1st half lead.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. A 2nd quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Pushing his way through. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Texans add on.
Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half.
That's caught. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback. So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. Finding the end zone yet again. And the Texans continue to pour it on. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it up to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
All you got to do is look it up.
Picked up by Keon Crossen.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Texans add on. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. His throw incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And bringing it out usually isn't the best decision, but he turned it into a good decision with what winds up being a terrific return. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss next time.
Touchdown! A great effort there. Finding the end zone yet again. And the Texans continue to pour it on. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. It's complete. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball.
A hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Texans add on.
Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Now Pollard.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Prescott. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Looking for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Touchdown! That's caught. A great effort there. Finding the end zone yet again. And the Texans continue to pour it on. And that score gives them a little more separation and a bigger lead.
A little more of a comfort zone now. They can do more things defensively, maybe take a few more gambles as they try to continue to extend their lead.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. Watson now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has a...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A huge play there for Houston.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
From the red zone now, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Texans add on. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense. With 2 guys going up for the football, which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Cowboys are puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him.
Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. finding the end zone yet again. And the Texans continue to pour it on. Sometimes it's a quarterback making a great throw, and sometimes it's a receiver just making an incredible catch, and there it was really the latter.
And the quarterback is so happy because the receiver, in a sense, bailed him out. Great job going and getting the football and creating 6 points for his team.
Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. To the air yet again, Watson. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. Oh, the Texans may have recovered. They did recover. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it.